Good morning, WW Robinson. Today is March 25th, 2019, and I have Brooklyn here with me this morning. How are you, Brooklyn?
Good.
Ready for a great week?
Yes.
It's a great Monday. Did you have a good weekend?
Yep.
Very nice weather out, wasn't it? All right, tell us what's for lunch on day 3 of this rotation.
Chili corn and bread bowl, tossed salad, vegetable juice, peaches, applesauce, twisted milk.
All right. Do you buy the chili in the bread bowl?
No.
No, me either. Not sure about it. I'll have to find somebody that's eaten it today and ask them how it is. I've seen some teachers buy it, but I packed it. All right, so let's see. We have Talia here to tell us about the weather. Talia, come on over. All right, Talia, we might have to pull this down a little bit and put this over here. Now tell everybody, what's the weather today?
Sunny.
It is sunny. Thank you so much. Good job. And we have Kenley here to lead us in the pledge. So please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Kenley. Good job. Please join me for a moment of silence. Thank you. All right, let's see. We have some birthdays today. Celebrating a birthday, we only have one. We have Eliana Schlick. So happy birthday to her. I hope you have a great day. And I believe that we have some special guests. So let's go ahead and let Miss Reynolds come on. What are you going to share with us, Miss Reynolds?
Oh, I am going to share this piece of paper. We had this go home last week with our friends here at WW Robinson, and it's talking about a literacy game night that we're going to be having on Wednesday, April 10th at 6 o'clock in the cafeteria. It's also going to be taking place at the same time as the book fair, and what it is you're going to be able to come with your families and play games like Scrabble, Candyland, Yahtzee. We're going to have all kinds of different games, but we need to know if you're coming. So down here at the bottom, we need you to RSVP with how many people are coming because we want to make sure we have enough games. So we need that by Wednesday. And also, if you come, you can win a chance to win $25 at the book fair.
Ooh, $25 of book fair books.
That's a lot of books.
That
A lot of
is.
books. So
How exciting.
if you need another one, say something to your teacher and we can get them to them. But we need this by Wednesday. Okay.
All right. How exciting.
Yes.
It'll be lots of fun.
Good times.
I love Yahtzee. And we have Miss Orndorff here with an announcement. Good morning.
Good morning. Talent show auditions are this week. Yeah, so Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday talent show auditions are going on after school. If you have an audition time scheduled for before 4 o'clock, you are able to have your parents write a note to stay after school, and you will report to the sunken area, and Miss Jane from the PTO will be there to meet you. So those of you that are staying after school today, when your class goes to the buses, you will walk down to the sunken area, and Miss Jane will be down there meeting you on the stairs.
All right. Sounds
Thank you so
exciting.
much.
Good luck to all of the folks trying out for the talent show. And now we have Matthew and Olivia with some kindness quotes. I believe they both picked the same quote, so they're coming on at the same time. So I'm going to let them both sit. Can you hold up your paper so we can see them? Here, let's do this one. I'll put it up here. All right, Matthew, you want to go ahead and tell us what it says?
It says, wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness.
Oh, all right. And Olivia, let's show yours. Do either one of you want to explain what that means?
So basically, wherever you are, there is someone or something that has kindness to it.
All right.
So,
Thank
like-
you. Yeah, go ahead.
So like you can be kind to anyone, no matter who they are.
Absolutely. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing. You guys did a great job. All right. And Brooklyn, do you have any shout outs this morning?
Miss Gerard's class, Miss Henry's class, and Miss Reiner's class.
All right. We are on chapter 12. And if you remember, they are going to see Billy, right? And they're peeking in the window there in that picture. All right, here we go. Uh-oh, we're running out of time, Tazy said, looking at her watch. We've got to leave right now if we're going to make it to Billy's and then back to school on time. Wow, that Tazy sure was one goal-oriented girl. She was like a dog with a bone that just would not give up. Tazy, maybe we've had enough excitement for one day. Elvis is all wet now. Maybe I should get him home and dry him off. Yes, I agree. Perhaps we should finish up this mission another day. Who knows? Maybe the lug nut will turn up on its own before then. I mean, stranger things have happened, piped up Alexander, who was just back from retrieving his laptop bag. And the good news is, no one took my rolling briefcase. I'm so relieved. Of course, now there's grass stuck in the wheels. Tazy looked at her watch. We still have 40 minutes left. Actually, if you subtract the travel time back from Billy's to the school, we have 25 minutes. Well, now 24 minutes. I crouched down to help Alexander clean out his wheels. No one took your rolling briefcase because all the businessmen who want it are at work right now instead of the park, I joked. Hey, my bag is cool. It's made of genuine imitation leather, made out of nylon, so it's actually quite light, yet very durable. And I feel that wearing a heavy backpack will stunt my growth. What are you talking about? It's not a proven theory, but think about it. Walking around with that weight on your shoulders when your bones are trying to grow taller, I mean, why make your body have to work harder? It was kind of the weirdest, most logical thing ever, and boy, did I hope it wasn't true. You two, let's talk, more walk, let's go, commanded Tazy. Tazy led, and Alexander and I followed. I hung back a little to see how Elvis was doing. By the way, wet dog, not the best smell in the world. I know what you're thinking, and it's not me, it's the pond. I don't even want to know what rancid thing met its untimely demise in that tepid, murky, disgusting water. I really hope I'm up to date on all my shots, and I'll most certainly be needing you to draw me a bath this evening. I guess I was speaking the truth when I said he was smarter than the kid who Elvis thought was drowning, but wasn't actually drowning. Elvis was so smart, he knew exactly what I was thinking. Well, I'm just saying, you were pretty amazing in the water back there, and it's not your fault you smell like a swamp creature on a hot day. And don't worry your big furry head about getting a bath, because there's no way my mom's going to let you sleep in her house when you smell like that, I said, trying to hold back my laughter. I just feel foolish. I don't know why I assumed he was drowning. Usually my canine sixth sense is very accurate. It just made no sense that he was out in the middle of the pond when no one else was. And I definitely heard him making unpleasant noises. But I suppose in hindsight, that was because he was in the awful water. I strongly feel you should write a letter to the park commissioner to let him know they should drain that pond and refill it with better water. Okay, yes, I'll get right on that. Like never. But you shouldn't get your collar all in a twist over it just because you made a mistake. It happens to the best of us. Well, it happens to me all the time. Well, not to me. I don't usually make mistakes. Well, la-dee-da. Must be nice, Mr. Fancy Pants, making sure grand, big worded proclamations. Ha, proclamations. That's a big word too. It was a spelling word last week. What's that supposed to mean? And by the way, calling a dog Mr. Fancy Pants really makes no sense, because when's the last time you saw a dog wearing pants, let alone dressy ones? Oh, forget it. I'm tired of arguing with you. Let's just catch up with the others and get this over with. Oh, brother, I don't know why I bothered talking to him. Clearly, his recent mess up was just adding to his already bad mood from our fight in the lunchroom. Elvis was not having the best day, and I sure was wishing he was frolicking on the White House lawn right about now. When we finally hit Hamlin Drive, Alexander pointed to a small rundown brick house at the end of the street. It had a big front yard of brown, overgrown grass. The shades and all the windows were completely drawn, and pieces of the front wall were cracked. I doubted the doorbell even worked. This was just the kind of house I avoided on Halloween. So now what? Are you just going to go up and knock on his front door? Do you always ask this many questions? It's not like I have a whole plan figured out. I could tell by Tazy's tone that she was tense and a little frustrated with me. Yes, I do ask a lot of questions, and as far as the plan goes, maybe now's a good time to come up with one. Benj, it's going to be fine. Relax. Well, relaxing was certainly out of the question, but I was hopeful she was right about the everything being fine part. I had no choice but to follow Tazy as she walked up the front yard, straight to the steps, up the steps to the door, where she pushed the bell. I was surprised when it rang. I guess my plan was pretty much on the money, though. You rang the bell when I suggested knocking, but it's pretty much the same thing, don't you? I looked at Alexander. I'm babbling, aren't I? I do that when I'm nervous. Alexander told me that he ran through the state capitals when he was nervous, or he listed all the presidents of the United States in order. Or if he really wanted a challenge, he listed them alphabetically by last name, which he felt distracted his brain from whatever it was he needed to distract it from. Okay, clearly I wasn't the only oddball of the group. I held my breath while we waited to see if anyone was home. Okay, too bad. No one's home. We should go now. We tried. Good effort, team. Well, get them next time, I said, speaking in Tazy's language. Alexander agreed. And I second that motion. Should we vote now? All in favor of going home, say aye. Alexander and I both said aye. Wait, maybe he's in the backyard, Tazy suggested, ignoring us. Tazy, that's trespassing. We can't just go snooping in someone else's backyard. Alexander agreed with me. I turned to Elvis. He was still sulking. Do you think it's okay to go in the backyard? Well, the point of all this to find him, then yes, the backyard would be a good place to start, especially as that's where he's most likely is. How do you know? Well, someone is back there. I hear music. Unfortunately, we're still a bit too far for me to get a good smell of him. Of course, my own odious pond smell is getting in the way too. Odious? It's a fancy pants word. It's a fancy pants word of saying yucky. I nodded. You hear music? I don't hear anything. Are you talking to your dog again? Alexander whispered. Yeah, it's another one of my bad habits. Alexander nodded. I can see why talking to a dog might be beneficial at times, especially since they can't ever disagree with you. I nodded back and laughed at myself. If only Alexander knew the real story. And we will stop there for today. So you can choose to be the kind of leader that you would follow and make it a great day. So long.